Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this. I've got to get her up here pretty quick. She's getting pretty antsy. I've just been letting her run around while I've been getting stuff done, and it's been a few minutes, so she's been running around on my lap and crawling around on my shirt and bonking around on the chair and just climbing around on and just looking at stuff and trying to get onto the floor. So finally, I've got the recording started. So here is little Cream slash, she just wants to get down, so she keeps trying to get down. This little Cream slash Saber. So let's finish so I can get her back into her cage. Here we go. There you go, little one. Thank you so much. Yeah, when they get antsy like that, they need to get down. There's a couple reasons. I mean, number one, they could be just scared. But I have also discovered that if you're holding onto a hamster and it starts getting really antsy like that, largely the biggest reason that they're trying to get down is they have to pee. And they aren't rats. They're not like gerbils or anything like that. They don't just let fly on the loose. No, hamsters have one specific place that they set up in their cage that's their toilet. That's where they pee. And so if you're holding on to the hamster, it gets antsy and itchy because it knows it needs to get to its spot so it can go pee there. But it can't get there. And so, yeah, they really got to pee, but they can't. And so they're trying to find the spot so they can do that. Big reason why they get antsy. I've discovered that is very true because I have had them through the years get antsy, look, and then they can't hold it anymore. And then they pee where they are. They don't like it. They're very unhappy about that. They like being able to pee in one place. I don't know why, but it's nice because one of the biggest things about rats, and I can understand it with rats and all animals that do it, urine is a tracking thing. It's a marker. You can tell where things are safe because you've left your trail. And so rats and stuff, when they have to urinate, they just go where they happen to be. It helps mark their trail. And that's fine. I mean, actually, it's not even a bad thing in real life. Urine, when it comes out of any body, is sterile. It's not clean. It's a waste product. And especially in the case of human beings, we are overloading our planet with all of the pharmaceuticals that get processed through our bodies and then come out into our urine. It is a massive amount of antidepressants and hormones out in the environment, and it is just wreaking havoc on nature. And worse than that, in our sewage treatment plants, we don't have anything to take that out. Your drinking water is filled with pharmaceuticals. Right now, they are at a very low and hopefully safe level. But especially in the United States, your drinking water is contaminated with pharmaceuticals, prescription pharmaceuticals, because it gets excreted out through your urine, flushed out into the toilet, taken through the system, processed, and sent out. And it's still filled with pharmaceuticals. So yay on that. But yes, urine is sterile. So it's for the first 10 minutes. After that, I mean, it's filled with nutrients. And so it's going to be filled with bacteria and it just goes hog wild. But for the first 10 minutes, urine is sterile. So I just say that because, you know, people always go, oh, it's filled with this and that. Well, no, it's not. It's a waste product, and it is nasty because of that, but it's not dangerous. And if you take it from your body into another sterile environment, like a tube or whatever, it stays sterile. And that's cool. Which, just as a minor thing, I can't remember who does this, but they call urine liquid gold still. And it's true. I mean, all the way through human history, urine has been incredibly important. They used to use urine for cleaning back in the Roman times. And now urine is still so filled with good stuff that people, when they do drug testing and they do this stuff and that stuff, and over-the-counter urine is incredibly useful. It's bizarre. But chemicals, it's our universe is all chemicals and chemical reactions. And just because a chemical comes out of the human body doesn't mean that it shouldn't be used. So, I don't know. I just thought I'd mention that. Also, I have been learning new things because I just tend to ramble and such for my videos here. Oh, let's see if I can remember what it was. I had oh, shucks. Yes, it's the OLED versus LEDs. When I get behind on tech, which happens very, very easily, I have to try and scramble to catch up on what all these things mean. Now there's been these, people have been pronouncing it OLED, but you don't pronounce an LED screen as a LED, it's an LED, so it's an OLED to me. But that stands with regular LEDs, it's all backlit from behind, but the OLEDs, they're organic light emitting diodes. And so each individual pixel has its own backlighting. Whoa, that you can control per pixel. And I was like, whoa. And that also uses less energy to do it that way too. It does more and it's less. So thumbs up for that. Now I still don't know what we're going to do because we're running out of stuff to make smartphones really, really fast, which is so bizarre. I mean, we are running out of this stuff fast. And yet we're making more and more and more stuff that requires touchscreens. They're coming out with a arcade unit for the Intellivision, which came out like back in the 70s or late 80s, early 80s. And they're coming out with the Intellivision. And the screen is on the controls, instead of just regular little punk, 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 punk membrane buttons like they have on keyboards, which they always had. No, they're making that into a touch screen. We're running out of this stuff. And once we do, there's no more touchscreens. There's no more phones. There's no more of that stuff. And we're using more and more of it faster and faster. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know. But then I'm really worried about the fate of our, well, the fate of our country, United States. I'm worried about the fate of the world, global climate change, and the need to make another $1,000 right now, which means, I mean, when you're rich, literally, it's like an IED goes off next to your head. It damages your brain. They have been studying this. When you get money, you lose the ability to empathize with others. These rich people, quite literally, it is a win-win scenario with no downsides. If everyone in the world dies tomorrow, but today they'll make an extra $2,000, that's win-win. There's no downside to that. They cannot see a downside. I make $2,000 today. Everyone in the world dies tomorrow. Yeah, but I make $2,000 right now. You're a billionaire. Go flick the switch. There's no downside when you've got money and power. It damages your ability to empathize with others. Thumbs up. But life is life. I mean, life is life. What can you do? Nothing matters. We're all going to die. After all, within 1 to 5 years after your death, you will be forgotten. Within 100 years, if you're a footnote in a textbook, that's the best you can hope for. In 1,000 years, what can human civilization look like? We have no ideas. We cannot even imagine, especially since we are on the cusp of so many doors, and so many doors have just annihilation on the other side. We've got to pick a door. There's 100 doors, and 85 of them end up with us dead. And we've got babies, whiny, out of control, narcissistic children demanding that they're just going to start up the end and start opening all the doors at once until they get the good one. Well, it doesn't work that way. You open up the one that says death, and guess what? We're all gone. So we don't know what human civilization is going to look like. But at that, I mean, 1,000 years and civilization has changed so much. 10,000 years, will there even be anyone left alive on the planet? In 100,000 years, what will life be like? In 100 million years? We can't even imagine. 65 million years ago, dinosaurs roamed the earth. And now look at us today. Another 65 million? What will the planet look like? Time doesn't stop. What is the universe going to look like in a trillion years? In a trillion years? In a trillion years worth of trilenia, where each a trillion years of a trillion years. That's still, time doesn't stop. So what does it matter if we live or die? Because we're all going to die anyway. Everything has a beginning, middle, and an end. And if we die now or we die in 50 years, well, when you pull back enough on the cosmic time scale, in 1,000 years, what does it matter if you lose 50? In 10,000 years, is there even any evidence you lived at all? In 100,000 years, will there be any evidence left that there was ever a human race? Look upon my works, ye mighty, and despair. As our planet is just barren of life and there is no evidence that anyone was there at all. Welcome to the future. Time and science can be terrifying, and I understand why people don't like that. It's frightening. One of the things on the Kurzgesagt videos where they talk about the universe and they talk about just stuff happening here on the planet, they talk about gravity, they talk about plastics, they talk about everything. They say one of the biggest things that people have after watching their videos is just absolute existential despair. Which is an amusing end, but there you go. But when you're faced with all the stuff that the planet is faced with, that you wish our world leaders would stop acting like spoiled children and start acting like world frickin' leaders and do something about things, what does it matter? On a human level, of course, everything matters. When you come down to the micro, to the human level, this is the part where I care. Because otherwise, I mean, you can't. But on the human level, even though none of our lives matter, not a single one of our lives matter in this physical universe. I say nothing about afterlives or morality or ethics or anything about that. Because our physical universe is not set up that way. This physical universe. Again, I say nothing about anything else, but I even forgot where I was going with that one, but it's just, life is life. I mean, life is life, literally. But yes, on the human level, on the individual human level, even though we are all going to die, and in 5 years, how many of us won't be alive? Statistically, if you're in a room with a bunch of people, 5 years, probably, you know, the odds are someone's going to be gone. And that happens. But on the human level, there is evil, there is good, there is bad. Anything that helps and aids people is good. Anything that aids and helps the planet while helping people is good. Anything that helps, an individual but harms people as a whole, bad. It's simple. If it helps people, it's good. If it hurts people, it's bad. If it aids the planet, it's good. Yes, you're going to have that. Well, if it helps the planet and it doesn't help people, yeah, you've got to try and balance things. Just because people want to destroy the planet and build burger joints all over it doesn't mean you should. You got to balance everything. But what can I say? I mean, we know my politics. I am pro-people, and anything that's anti-people, I'm against. So if it helps people, then I'm for it. If it doesn't, I'm again it. That's my politics in a nutshell. It's not Democratic Party ideals. It's not Republican Party ideals. It's not independent ideals. It's if it helps people, I'm for it. And if it hurts people in the planet, I'm again it. That's my politics. Now I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. My hands are moving like jellyfish in the sea. Yeah, it's had to be like that, wouldn't it? Like jellyfish in the sea. I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I said I was going to do this at the beginning of the thing and I didn't. But I'm counting in American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand. But I have fibromyalgia and more, so I get lost. I try my best. If I mispronounce a username, my sincere apologies. I try my best. And I'm not reading. Very sorry. I'm not reading the comments right now. I am going to just thank you for having left a comment. So good comment, bad comment, indifferent comment. Thank you for having left a comment. Calling up my Chrome, I hope. Here we are. And we have Amy Kruger. Thank you very, very much. And Marlon Brands. Greatly appreciated. Spicy Meme King. Thank you very much. Jafar Araim. I sure hope I'm close. Thank you very, very much. Zoom B. Greatly appreciated. Matthew Phillips, thumbs up and thank you. Ice9 Killed 9, I think. Thank you very, very much. Sig Bossage, greatly appreciated. Mang, thumbs up and thank you. Jacob22, thank you very, very much. Panda Caputo, thumbs up and thank you. Tom Haynes, greatly appreciated. Prune, good name, and thank you very, very much. And Skulls, greatly appreciated. Dylan Richards, thumbs up. Omkar Shelar, I sure hope I'm close. Pandora NYC1, thank you very, very much. And Mateus Costa, well, you may think I talk too much. And Dwight K. Schrute, thank you very, very much. Hiroshima Nagasaki, how about that? And Iash Games, greatly appreciated. Lambo Rambo, good to see you in the comments. Una Salas Victus, I bet I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. Dave Watson, thumbs up and thank you. And last but not least, Mr. Unknown ZZ1, greatly appreciated. Even the people that leave comments that aren't very nice. The fact that you left a comment is appreciated. May not have been a pleasant one, but at least you took the time out of your day to leave an unpleasant comment. So thumbs up for that. Oh. Pop open card. Let's find a good Be Happy pop open card. And once again, I've been to the post office and I've gotten like one postcard in the last 3 months at my post office box. So life is life. Ah, and this is true. Life does not have to be perfect to be wonderful, which is very true. And in fact, it's the pursuit of perfection that oftentimes makes people so unhappy. Do not pursue perfection. It is unachievable. It's like Zeno's paradox. The closer you get to something, also the slower you move. But the point being, the pursuit of perfection is what you want to shoot for. In life, even though you don't want to shoot for that because you can never achieve it. It's like a goal to try and walk toward, but don't be surprised when you can't reach it because you're never going to. No trail leads to perfection because perfection is different for everybody. How about that? And hey, I have various links down below. I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron. And starting next month, they're going to be taking $250 out of my paycheck. And I can't pay my rent if that keeps happening. I mean, it's going to happen for at least 3 months. So if you could help me out here to keep me from becoming homeless, that would be awesome and greatly appreciated. So if you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these Patreon.com patrons of mine, thank you all so very much. It is greatly appreciated. Because of you, so far I've been able to pay rent, and that is appreciated. But if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes, deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. And if you could tell us something you like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. If you could subscribe to the channel, that would be cool. Greatly appreciated as well. I would understand if you don't want to, but if you are down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. And that's a good thing. Oh my shucks. Oh my shucks. Shuckle my duckle. Something like that. Anyway, it's like 20 minutes and 15 seconds or some odd. That happens. So you take care. Have a great day today. I don't know what's going to happen. I slept really well last night, though. My housemates actually gave me like 4 or 5 THC dabs before bed, and I slept all the way through.